At that time, was your problem is your multi-talented. Exactly.
Yo, I saw that.
And he said, when you focus on too many things, you lose focus.
Hi everyone, how are you? My name is Merveille. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel, the OMARI'S, and also for anyone that's listening on the podcast, Dipping Life with Merv. Just an announcement, I will be changing the name to Dipping Life with Merveille. But we can talk about that later on. I am honored to have my first live guest in the house.
Let's go.
Come on, bro. I've been looking forward to this. His name is Herve. He is an up-and-coming. No, I wouldn't even say up-and-coming, bro.
Whatever you want to say, bro.
He's a present in the moment gospel rap artist.
Whatever you want to say, bro.
I've literally known you for... This is crazy. I actually believe that I can count the amount of times we've seen each other face to face.
I know.
I think this might be like number 7. I swear to God.
I think so too.
But it's crazy. What's crazy is the first time I met you, I was at this function.
Yeah.
And then the next time, every time we met, the connection always got better. Now, before we go on, let me just talk about you, bro. Listen, everyone needs someone in their lives who is reaching out for something great, who is reaching out for something that they believe that God has given them to do. I believe this is who Herve is, bro. And I'm just saying this, bro. I went to your 30th birthday, and people bro, that was amazing. This guy can dance, by the way. He's Congolese, so there's no questions there.
Oh, wow.
But it was amazing to be in that room and to hear the amazing things that people were saying about you. But guess what? That was the second time we met. We were together.
Yeah.
So I want you to picture this, right? Our connection has been like every time I've been in his presence, it's always been something rich, something to do with how who or what kind of person he is. It's never just been like this, hey man, how are you? Like shallow conversation. Every time I'm around him, I feel enriched, I feel inspired. So that's why I wanted him to come on here and to talk about his project, his latest project. But I'm talking way too much, bro.
Please
introduce yourself. Tell the people, and tell them how to pronounce your name properly.
Nah, first of all, I just want to I want to thank God for this opportunity, and I also want to thank you, Merveille. I'm really honored and pleasure to be here today. With you, man. You're a great man.
Thank you.
I love you so much, and I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I just pray that you will continue to do it. But also thank for everybody that is watching and everybody's going to watch later on. So in terms of who I am, man, Herve, yes, Herve. It's a French name. Herve is I describe myself as iron, which is found in the book of Proverbs 27:17.
Nice.
Iron sharpen iron. So that's where Herve kind of come from.
Wow.
I'm that type of man. Like I like to. I like to learn and also I teach as well. That's part of me. So my full name is actually Herve Hk. I'm from Democratic Republic of Congo.
Where's my applause button? Boom. That's right.
Yeah, so I'm a New Zealand citizen.
Oh, nice.
I'm currently living in Sydney, and and I'm a gospel, motivational, inspirational rapper, and I love God.
Wow.
And just love to serve as well.
Wow, man.
That's me.
Say that again. A gospel?
Motivational, inspirational hip-hop artist.
Hey, I love that, bro. I love that. Wait, so you said you have New Zealand citizenship?
I'm a New Zealand citizen. Yeah, man. I've lived in New Zealand. I came to New Zealand when I was in 2006, and I moved to Sydney in 2019.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Like, so before New Zealand, where were you?
Before New Zealand, I was in Congo. So, came straight from the capital, Kinshasa. And, came with my family. Most of my family in New Zealand. And then, I came to Sydney in 2019.
Right.
Yeah.
So some of the things that I've noticed about you is that you do a lot of things, but you do them well. I meet people that do a lot of things, but it's like, bro, just pick one.
Thanks, man.
Bro, you played soccer?
Yes, football was life. Football was life. Soccer.
Football was life.
Yes, soccer was life.
What? For real? How long did you play?
Nah, actually, I played football pretty much all my life. I started off playing at the age of 6, 7.
Right.
Yeah, to the time to 2017, 18. I stopped.
Right. Why'd you stop?
Oh man,
Tell us. Come on, man.
Well, okay, I've always dreamed to become a footballer, but I guess that the more opportunity I took and the more was taken away from me, it kind of like discouraged me to a point where I started asking myself, is this really what I want to do, or is this really what God want me to do? It was just that time where the opportunity were coming, but then whenever opportunity comes, there's always going to be something on the way to stop me from doing it. But yes, there are times where you can see that, okay, this thing, why this thing is stopping me, from actually getting to where I want to be. You will be like, oh, there are times where you feel like, okay, this is actually God, right? Trying to, give you a sign or trying to tell you something. But there are also times where you'll be like, nah, this is actually the devil.
Wow, yeah, I know that confusion.
But at that time, for me, I actually knew this was from God. Do you get what I mean? Although there was people behind there in terms of like, just like, oh nah, maybe you should pursue this and that. Right. But I can't blame people for that. I think it was just God. Literally, just didn't want me to go through that path, because He had something better. As we all know, God always has something better, for us. So yeah, but yeah, I actually never ended up playing football as a pro, but I still play like locally and all that. Just for fitness. So not bad.
Wait, so how old were you when this happened? When you started to realize, okay, there are blockages and
in 2011, I was playing for a club. And at that time, we had a coach from England. Yeah, they wanted to select like top 20 players, under 20 players across best players at that time. I think I was 19. I don't know if I said good, but yeah, I was 19. But then we were selected to go to England to play against like all the mini clubs like Chelsea, Arsenal, and all that. But then I think 3 months before I travel. 3 months before we travel, I actually tear my cartilage, the triangle between the two knee.
Ouch.
So one of them would tear, and the doctor told me that I had to go surgery, and the recovery was going to take 8 months. So that's
how many days or weeks were you away from flying to England?
I think no, I still had time. I still had about 2 to 3 months. Yeah,
but 8 months of recovery.
Yeah, so it was just once in a lifetime opportunity to go, and that's what happened. It's like you can't force yourself. Exactly, you can't force yourself, fix yourself, and go play, because I needed 8 months, for recovery, and that was the first opportunity was taken away from me. And the second one was my coach. I had a Chilean coach where I was playing football.
Right.
He told me that he's happy to actually send me to Chile to train with a professional team for 6 months, right? And his sister was going to take care of me. But then at that time, I was also studying electrical engineering, and I just got a job. So it was between job or go Chile for 6 months, no work, no money, but just training.
Just training.
So I talked to parents, but I never went. But I kept on playing football. I still play like semi-pro day and day, but no. I never made a professional. That's about me in terms of football. Yeah.
Wow, man. So much, bro.
Yeah.
Like we could stay there and unpack that, but that's crazy. So when you were playing football, when did this rap thing start for you, bro?
Oh, in terms of rapping, man, I guess in 2006, 2007, I started listening to one of my favorite rapper, Linktree, Okay. It was just like a massive group of Christian who were rapping, just inspiring people, motivating people, and just preaching the word of God through the rap,
Right.
And at that time, the more I started listening to them, the more I fell in love with the rap.
Wow.
And then there was a time where one of my church in New Zealand, we were planning a program, a youth program.
Right.
And in that program, they had like entertainment, or they had like drama and other entertainment. And I remember because I've been listening to gospel rap so much, and I remember putting my hands up and just be like, oh yeah, I'm happy to be the other entertainment. Yeah, exactly. To do that other entertainment. And I guess that it was like literally a bold step. I've never rapped before, never. I always rap in my car though.
How old were you at this time?
2000. Ooh, this was like
after the injury.
No, this was like five years ago.
5 years
this
ago.
literally. Oh no, wait, 2017.
Right.
2017.
Okay.
So we talked about 2007.
Right.
This was 2017, the first youth that I had. Yeah, I put my hands up to rap, and I did it, and then from there I actually went to another church as well to rap. At that time, I was just only rapping Linktree songs and other people. I was just memorize, the verse, just like how we see on Sunday. For those of you who go to church on Sunday, like we have praise and worship. Most of those singers, they don't sing the songs that are right. They sing songs they're written by exactly. And for that's where I got the idea of literally, I can do the same thing as well. Do the gospel rap. Literally copy somebody's lyrics, learn somebody's lyrics and able to perform. And then from there, I guess, then I remember one day I was just writing a song. I wrote a song. I had no idea what to do with it. I didn't know where to go to, where to record it. But that time I was living with my younger brother. And at that time, my brother was already doing music.
Right.
And I remember pulling one of the drawer and I saw a microphone. And I asked him, like, what's this microphone doing here? He's like, oh, this microphone, I've actually been recording my song. I'm like, whoa, I actually wrote a song. Would you help me record? He's like, yep. And that was the first time I actually recorded my song called Taking Over. My brother was holding the mic for me and I recorded.
Wow.
He took it to his friend and that was when I actually started rapping.
Wow, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. Starting from the drawer, now we're here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Bro,
yeah.
So many questions, bro. We need like part 2, part 3, part 4.
Man.
Bro, talk to me about recognizing your gift or recognizing that, hey, this is something that I could actually do to inspire and motivate. When did that happen for you?
Yeah, but I think by God's grace, I've actually always been surrounded by like amazing mentors. And one of them at that time, it's Dr. Samuel. He's like a purpose preacher, and I used to follow this guy everywhere. Like he goes like to preach because I knew like this guy was just preaching about purpose, and every place that he was invited, I'll go. It was free, like I'll go there and just be able to listen to him. And I remember one time he was telling us like, to write 5 things that we are good at, like 5 things that that you're good at. And then we wrote it down. Then he said like, okay, now you have to break it down, like, to where like, okay, if I was going to do this, let's say for example, I break 5 times, I'm like, okay, I'm good at soccer.
Right.
I'm good at rapping. I'm good at preaching the gospel. Then it's like, what out of those 5 things, like what is there? What if today they say they will not pay you? Do you get me? How can I explain it?
Wait.
Man,
yeah, go on.
How can
Try. We got time.
Okay. He says something goes down. Like, I'm trying to memorize it.
No, I'll get him on the podcast so he can.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Go.
So yeah, now you just taught us like to pick, something that you're very good at that you can do it without actually being paid for. Yeah, that's the one.
Right.
That's the one.
What
that's
would
the
you
one.
do?
Yeah,
for free.
Yeah, for free
for the rest of your life.
Exactly. Or what would you do? Like, let's say for you come back home from your daily job, like you're so tired, like what's that one thing that you still make you want to get up? Like, do you know what I mean? It will give you the energy, just get up, like I'm going. Yeah, and that at that time, I remember for me it was like writing. My purpose was to actually help young people in this generation to be unashamed of the gospel and to be able to utilize the gift and talent God has given them. Do you get what I mean? And that was me. And then from there, just listening to Dr. Sam, from there, that's where I knew. I was like, man, literally, this is me, man. I represent Romans 1:16, for I'm not ashamed of the gospel because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone. I'm like, but then I can also rap. Again, how about the same way how I say I want to help young people to this to be unashamed of the gospel and to use the God-given talent. I have a talent which is rapping, and in that talent, that's like that talent I can also preach the gospel of news and also able to inspire people and also able to motivate people. Do you know what I mean? And that's where literally everything started.
Bro.
I don't know if I answered your question.
Hey, listen, you did above and beyond. I don't know. But this is what I was saying. Every time we catch up, and I'll be honest with you, bro. You said you had, and you still have God. Thank God for Dr. Sam, and follow him on Instagram, Dr. Sam. Amazing content. But you know what's crazy?
And sorry, not to cut you.
Go.
There's a book that at that time he wrote an article, right?
Yes.
That article,
it's a book now.
It's a book now. And I think I know the article at that time was your problem is your multi-talented. Exactly.
Yo, I saw that.
And he said when you focus on too many things, you lose focus.
When you
get me? When you focus on too many things, you will lose focus. Do you get me?
bro.
Yeah,
I
do you
saw
get
the
me?
title and I felt attacked.
Yeah, and now,
positively.
but God just now he's actually
Wow.
written a book. At that time, it was an article. This was like
Wow.
3 years ago. He wrote an article. Your problem is you're multi-talented. Literally, you're just doing things anyhow. Do you get me? You're not focused. You're just everywhere. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me. That was me as well. I was doing judo. I did judo. I was doing boxing.
Judo?
Yeah, I did judo back home. I was doing boxing here. I was playing football, and I wanted to rap. I wanted to this. Do you get me? Like I wasn't focusing on one thing. I was just like everywhere. Yeah, these are the things that I don't talk about. Like my eyes were. I was just focusing on so many things. Do you get what I mean?
Right.
And focusing on so many things, you lose your focus as well. Do you get what I mean? So
need
your
you to
problem
come.
is get that book from Dr.
You
Sam.
know what? I need to. Literally, I saw you share it on
Yeah, I
on your
remember
social
you
media.
asking me.
Bro,
I remember. Yeah.
when I saw that,
Yeah.
I felt attacked,
Wow.
but positively.
Yeah.
I was like, my goodness, somebody's in my business. My edges,
Wow.
well pulled.
I bet you have multiple talent too.
Bro. And it's
We
not
all
even a
do.
brag. It's not even a brag. I don't think people can appreciate the stress
True.
that comes upon you, because it's like
Right.
you see so many things.
Right.
Especially as an artist, you can
Right.
I can give you a word, bro, and you can paint me a picture with just one word. And that's what it is when you kind of got a grace for this and a grace for that and a grace for this.
100%.
And we live in a world where, everyone's trying to grind, everyone's trying to get it, And so when you find that you've got all these talents, it sometimes gets hard because you're like, which one should I pick?
Too busy focusing on the wrong things.
But this is why Dr. Sam is going to come and he's going to grace us with his wisdom.
100%.
Right.
100%.
But I already
We're not saying that having multiple talent is a
bad
bad
thing.
thing. It's not a bad thing. But it's more like, do you get me? When you,
Focus.
yeah, exactly. Sometimes you focus on the wrong things and you lose control, like you said.
Now, you said lose control.
You're in the cruise mode. When in the cruise mode, you lose control.
Oh my God, bro, we need a part 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Sam comes in. How long have you known Dr. Sam?
I've known Dr. Sam since I've joined RCCG. That's my church.
Right.
Since 2006, and there's Dr. Sam and Dr. Nee. Those are like
I know.
my guys.
I know.
My mentors,
so we're gonna put a pause right there, and I'm gonna ask you this question.
100%.
You've got those two amazing men.
And there's more.
And there's more. And there's
But
more.
it's okay,
Because
okay.
they lead you to the people that made them.
100%.
This is why I want to ask you this question.
100%.
At the age of 18, 19, for the first time in my life, I was about to go for a run. And I'm on YouTube and I see this guy. I've seen him on TV before.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's this British guy? I press his video. It's like 1 hour and 30 minutes. The purpose of marriage. The purpose and meaning of marriage. Dr. Miles Monroe.
Yeah.
My life has
that's
never
my guy.
been the same up until this moment. Now, I want you to speak to my viewers about the importance of having mentorship. Because we have so much information, but yet we lack wisdom, bro. I wouldn't be the man that I am today if it wasn't for my parents. And obviously, God's given me other people. But Dr. Miles Monroe has such a huge, and I say has, and he has passed, right? Blessed memory. But speak to us about mentorship, having people who can speak into your life.
Like, look, to be honest, first of all, I'll start to say that there's no I in a team.
Right.
And 2 is better than 1.
Right.
These are also worded in the scripture. 2 is better than 1. So one thing I would say that accountability is very important. Having a mentorship is very important because we don't know everything. You might think that you know everything, but you actually don't know until you meet somebody. Then you realize that, oh wow, I actually don't know everything. Some of us we so negligent in a way is that we have that kind of we ignore the power of mentorship because we're afraid of actually getting to know who we really are. So that's a lot of people, like they're really afraid. Do you get me? Okay. They just want to be in their comfortable zone. They just want to, exactly. They don't want to be challenged and all that. But let me tell you something. There is something great and amazing having a mentor. You will discover so many things that you didn't know. Wow. Do you get me? It's like you walking, unconsciously doing things that you think is right, but literally it's not even right. Do you get what I mean? So that's all for me. I don't have much to say, but me being under my mentors and stuff, people like Dr. Sam, Dr. Nee, and a few other people, literally, like they've really helped me so much. You know, just getting to know so many things that I didn't know. And I tell you what, the good things I love about my mentors, right? They also have mentors.
It never ends.
Do you get what I mean? It never ends. And those mentors also have other mentors. Do you get what I mean? So, like I said, there's no I in a team, and two is better than one. You can't just walk in this life and saying like, nah, I don't wanna learn. I don't need anybody. Nah. I don't wanna learn anybody. Even Jesus, you know, needed people around him.
Wow.
Do you get what I mean? Jesus had 12 disciples, right? He needed people around him, right?
Right.
But not only that, we could say, okay, maybe Jesus just wanted to go by himself to pray, but he still, even when he wanted to go by himself, he still took other free people with him. You know, that's we see there's a power in many. So yeah, that's just what I can say.
And I see, you know what? I see that in your life, bro.
My God,
I came to a point, and I'm just being very honest. I came to a point where I became so like outwardly, like if I see people at a party and stuff, like I'll talk to you. Like sometimes I'm a bit like an introvert, but people don't see that.
Wow.
And the reason is because I've always had a sense of loneliness, because I feel like people don't appreciate the power in purpose or finding out your purpose. And so I meet people who are living a life where it's just like, yeah, I'm just getting by, bro. But
meaningless.
When I met you, it's just like I'm just there. I'm existing. And so like me connecting with people, I've always struggled a little bit, because I feel like we're just gonna talk about the latest weather forecast.
Yeah.
But with you, I'm starting to understand where you're getting this from. The people in your life. Now, you've got all these doctors who are speaking into your life.
Imagine.
And then you had COVID. We all had COVID-19.
Yeah, we all had
COVID.
I wasn't the only one.
Tell me about your new project, and tell me where you were at during COVID, mentally, spiritually.
Okay, I'll probably start with COVID, where I was mentally, spiritually, and physically. Now, COVID, I think from 2019 to 20, I think that was one of the toughest moment of my life, to be honest. Especially COVID. COVID was not only for me, like everybody. COVID affected a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of people were affected, you know, spiritually, physically, whatever way you were affected. And as for me, yes, I was really affected emotionally, mentally, and yes, of course, spiritually, because there were so many things that were happening at that time. You know, imagine having a COVID, right, where the whole world is literally everything just going chaos. You know, where people are trying to find where's the solution, what can we do, you know, what's next. But then on top of it was other issues or other problems on top. Do you get what I mean? Like it was very tough for me at that point, but I really thank God that, you know, that I had a place to turn to. Like, you know, I had somebody that I can turn to. That's God. And I was also surrounded by amazing friends around me. And that's what I'm saying. There's a power in having accountability friends, you know, people able to check up on you, even while they're going through secret storms, right? Secret storms that nobody knows about, they're still able to reach out to you. Do you, I mean, you're trying to help you. I think for me, that was one of the toughest. And that's where most of my songs actually birthed in.
Talk to me about that.
You know, because the thing about me, when I write songs like in season. You know, do you get what I mean?
Right.
I don't just put out song because I want to put it, or people gotta see me like, this guy is singing. He wrote a song. He's trying to show it off and all that. No. I wrote songs in a season. Most of these songs actually I spend time, you know, just reading the word and also seeing what is happening around me and around other people.
Right.
And that's what once my songs actually birthed them. So I really thank God. Yes, I was really down emotionally, physically, and yes, spiritually. But one thing that I know, that I actually never actually stopped praying. You know, I never stopped going on my knees and reading the word. You know, even in the midst of trials and trouble. We should never leave God outside of anything, because when you're already in the trouble and you decide to leave God outside of that trouble, then you know you have double trouble.
I love it.
But yeah, so
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So you never stopped praying?
Nah,
It was
I'll be crying, but still praying.
Still praying, right? And that's what people
I'm
don't
not
understand.
just crying. Yeah, like
Right.
you know, one thing I always tell people is that it's when you're going through a tough situation, right?
Right.
It's good to, you're a human being. We have feelings. We get hurt. Like, let it out. Do you get what I mean? But don't waste your tears. Don't just cry anyhow.
Say that
Use. Don't waste your tears. Don't just.
Let me find my button. Say that again. Yeah.
No, look. I say we are human being, right?
Yeah.
We have feelings and we get hurt, right?
I'm waiting for
and
you
we
to
do
say it
cry.
again.
You know, do cry. You know, but
Cry.
don't waste your tears. You know, the
Don't
only
waste your
way it's danger for you to just cry anyhow. But it's more dangerous, right, to the devil when you use your tears to cry to God. That's I'm telling you, like that was me. I was going through a lot where I was like, nah, I'm not just gonna cry anyhow. Like, you know, if I cry, what's the point? The Bible says, can anyone by worrying add a single hour into their life? What are you worrying about? Seek ye first the kingdom of God, right? And that moment I was like, God, I'm a human being. I have feelings. I'm hurt, you know, and I would just cry. I would just cry to God. And that's why I always tell people, be careful when somebody goes and cry out to God for the problem that you have caused them.
You have caused them.
Or the issues there, or the
wow.
stories that you're making about them. Be careful. It's dangerous. It's not dangerous when they're just crying anyhow, but it's more dangerous when they use the tears to cry to God.
Wow. So in the midst of COVID, you're having obviously emotions coming, spiritual attack, physically. You're trying to stay accountable. I love what you said, bro, that you cried, but you just didn't cry for no reason. Now I know some people are watching. And you've got a playlist that you listen to so you can cry a little bit more. I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you right now.
Those love songs.
I know you've got a playlist on Spotify called Crying. God help you. No, for real.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right. You're right.
No judgments.
No judgment. Nah.
But the thing is, you said something. You cried, but then you cried and you turned to God. And I find that there's something fascinating about the book of Psalms. Majority of the Psalms is David.
Yeah.
He's an amazing guy. But then some of the stuff that he writes in there, bro, are crazy. David had issues.
Yeah.
So do you.
Ooh,
And so do I.
we all do have
Segue.
issues.
Talk to me.
All
about
have issues.
Segue. Did you see that?
We all have issues.
Talk to me, man. Okay. Listen, we've got great news.
Yeah.
Issues.
Yeah.
Has dropped. I've got issues.
Yeah.
You've got issues.
We all got issues.
We need tissues. I just needed
Yeah.
I just needed to finish that.
Man, wow.
You know what I mean? Like, I just needed to pop out.
Oh, wow.
Talk to me, bro, about this song. Because I was there. And look, I'll be honest. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, 100%, man.
And people that know me, I've never been a big Christian rap artist. Like rap music kind of guy. No.
Sam, I never used to be.
I never used to like it. Why? Because I was always mentally, I trained my mind, so filthy, so ratchet of me. But I trained my mind to wait for an F word and a swear word and all this.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of music I grew up with.
Yeah.
So when I started listening to Christian rap, I
Clean
struggled a bit
version.
because I was like, when is it going to say?
That's
You know?
what.
But here you are, writing a song that I can connect with, bro. I was there, man. And I'm telling you, from the way, the rhythm, the words, I could tell that it came from a deep place. And this is what I was saying. David writes in the Psalms, till today, we're reading it and being impacted. You wrote this song, right? And so many other in a dark time of your life. Take me there, bro.
Issue is, first of all, start one of the fastest songs I've ever written. I wrote Issue in one day.
What?
Issue was written in
bro,
one
you had
day.
issues. God.
Issue. Actually,
My
be honest,
goodness.
I wrote Issue in one day. That's how hungry I
felt it.
was. Exactly, I felt it. That's how hungry I was. I just wanted to, when there's so many things happening where you're like, what? Some people they get relief, like dream or do this.
Yeah.
Some people just want to sleep, and for me, it was I ain't gonna sleep. I'm gonna get my phone and I'm gonna start typing. The fastest song I've ever written. I wrote Issue like in one day. One day, Issue was written.
You had issues.
One day, yes, I had issues.
It's okay.
Issues
Safe
around
space.
me, yes. One day, I wrote Issue one day, and it's also one of my favorite. one of my favorite because I was so hungry. Like I just wanted to write. At that time, you know, some people they find a relief in sleep.
Right.
They find a relief, maybe go to the gym,
Right.
you know, that, which it's also part of me. But at that time, like gym was not an option.
It wasn't good enough.
Sleep was not an option.
No.
But at that moment, my phone was an option to just
ran to your
write.
phone.
Yes, I just wanted to write, man. I just wanted to write because of so many things that were happening around me. I remember just being in a place where, you know, people making up stories, man. Living a life of Christian man, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
You know, I felt like at that time I felt like there was just so many things that happening that people just wanted to see me fail. You know, despite of me, people seeing me as this person is always happy, smiling, and you know, always want to help, and he's loving and kind and all that. But I was struggling. I was going through issues.
Wow.
I was going through secret storms that, you know, secret storm that nobody knew about, that I wanted to keep it to myself.
Yeah.
You know, but thank God, like I always said this, I have some amazing, great friends. I'm surrounded by amazing friends, you know, who I can run to. I can, you know, they can give me advice. They can pray with me. But even though I was, do you get what I mean? It's like
Even with them around.
even though you get the help that you need, but then what happened when everybody's gone?